So let's talk about a few key points here. Tell me how you became an expert and what your strategy is for vetting deals for passive investors and LPs.
Just like we just talked about this example, more failures lead you to be smarter the next time around. And so I want to save people the same heartache that I went through losing money on a deal, which is why I have a checklist on how to vet a sponsorship team, which is the number one, and then to vet the deal metrics itself. So number one is always going to be the team. Are they dedicated and focused on this deal, or 3 months later or 2 months later, they're going to be on to the next deal and on to the next deal. So who is doing the operations after closing? Who's going to stick with me as a passive investor for the next 5 to 10 years for the life of the deal? So who are you speaking with? Just somebody who's purely on the capital space, or is going to be your go-to person till the deal finally finishes a full cycle? That's number one. And their experience in that local market of operating the same kind of asset class. That's always the first question I ask. I have several more on my checklist, which is free from my website. Doing a background check, for example, is very important. Next is the market itself. You need to know not just the macroeconomics of that market, but also the microeconomics. So within that little area, little submarket, how is this property positioned and differentiated to deliver and exceed those projections? Are the rents realistic? Did they speak with their asset manager when they put those inputs into the underwriting spreadsheet, etc.? So what are the assumptions behind all the numbers in that spreadsheet where you're promising me these magical projections? Who gave you those inputs? How did you validate them? That's going to be very important.
Yeah, what is your website, Sandhya? We're going to put it in the description, guys. All of Sandhya's information on LinkedIn, her website will be in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. It helps us get amazing guests like Sandhya out and this information out. It's really important. As you guys can see, her due diligence process is airtight, and I would highly recommend you check out her website, download it, and then start to implement it. It's going to save you some pain. Okay, how do you vet sponsorship teams, or what do you essentially think is the best way to go about vetting? Especially sometimes, we do a lot of things remote now, right? So you meet someone at a conference, you meet someone in a mastermind, they're like, hey, great, I have this amazing deal. You're like, awesome, I have $200,000. I want to get into a deal.